proof that our Google ad strategy actually sold more cars. David Feldman-Makrias here again, everyone. And today we're going to go through something pretty special. So one of our dealers is part of, well, not one of them, a lot of them are part of 20 groups. But one actually is using a software in what's sponsored by NCM Foundation Direct. And what they do is they aggregate all of the dealers inside the 20 group, standardize a list of Google Analytics events, and then set benchmarks and actual in-table comparisons on how each dealer stacks up. There's a lot of interesting reports in here. There's a lot of reporting that really doesn't mean a lot, but it is interesting to take a look at to see where we fall as far as percentages of key events driven, so we know, are we actually driving strategic events from our paid Google strategy to help sell cars? And in fact, we are. So without further ado, let's take a look at what I'm talking about. Okay. So what we're looking at right now is the NCM Foundation Direct Digital Performance Composite. There's a lot of different stuff in here. We're going to go through two of them that I think are the most important, and it's under this Digital Performance tab. Of course, I have to blur out who the 20 group is and who the dealer is, but I just want to show a little bit of data to show how we know we're doing well. And the first way I'm going to look at that is actually on this report that gives us a website conversion events breakdown. So conversion events, when we scroll here, I'm going to move my face. All right, here's what we have. We have DR Start, which is digital retailing start. Click to call, which is someone clicking on the website on a phone number. Chat start, so someone's starting a chat. A finance start, someone starting the finance process. Submitting a lead form, starting a trade-in submission, scheduling the service on a special specifically, contacting us, starting a text message, or printing a service coupon. These events are aggregated across all of the websites inside the 20 group, all the dealers' websites inside the 20 group. The nice part I like about this is they actually define all of these terms right here. But I'm not going to go through the definitions. That was in an earlier video. I'm not going to do that now. But I do want to actually go through the share of conversion events. So when we scroll down here, you're actually going to see competitor numbers and dealership numbers, share of events. All of this stuff will be blocked and blurred, so you won't be able to see that, but you will be able to see key events, what I'm looking at, the average 20 group events, the share of the 20 group events, and these act like benchmarks for each category. And then I'll be able to show all of the different stores. Well, here's one caveat, right? This store here is the store we represent. One thing to note is that the store that we represent actually is the second smallest in terms of inventory and size across all of the 20 groups. They're either second or third smallest. Now, the cool part is we've generated in our marketing efforts a total of 1,600, let's call it 1,600 conversion events in this time frame, which it comprises of DR starts, click to calls, chat starts, lead forms, finance starts, trade-in starts, scheduled service special, contact us, text starts, and print service coupons, right? So we have that many. Now, if we're the second, let's call us the third smallest. You would think we would have the third smallest amount of total conversion events, because these conversion events directly lead to more than likely sales activity and some service activity too, but these are the hard ROI metrics that we can track as digital marketers, right? So you would expect us to be the second or third smallest in total conversion events. When we look at just a few, that's not the case. Okay, these two stores are bigger, right? But here's a smaller store. They generated 1,500 total conversion events. So that's one smaller than us. We keep going down the line. Oh, here's another one, 1,400. There's 2 smaller than us. Keep going down. 1,100. That's 3 smaller than us. Keep going down. 1,000. That's 4 smaller than us. Another 1,000. That's 5 smaller than us. Let's see. 1,300. That's 6 smaller than us. And 422. That's 7 smaller than us. So even though we're the 3rd smallest, as far as 3rd from the bottom, let's say, as far as inventory volume and size, we're actually 7th from the bottom as far as total conversion events driven. So that means by ratio of inventory, we generate more conversion events for the amount of inventory that we have than a majority of our surrounding similar sized dealerships, which I take is a big win, right? And it's hard to do apples to apples because there's so many different market variations, so many different location differences, inventory allocation differences, so on and so forth. But that's one indicator that surmises them all, that tells us our marketing efforts are actually driving more hardline metrics that are good. So that's one way to do it. And a further way to do it, to narrow down the Google Ads part of it, I'm getting excited, we're going to go to this report now. This is under that digital performance report, and this is the traffic and conversions segment. So traffic and conversions now breaks down all of the events. They're really key events now, but they're still called conversions in here for Google Analytics purposes. But now we're going to break it down by channel. And we're going to have a similar table here, right? We're going to have a similar table here. And this is going to break down not the individual, like a DR start or a tech start or whatever. It's not going to break down that, but it's actually going to break down what channel grouping or what source of traffic these conversion events are coming from. So specifically about paid search, because in this report, we're going to look at our store that we represent. It's this store here. And one thing I love to see is that we see paid search here is 15% of the sessions, but it generates 32% of the share of conversions. So what does that mean? This means that even though paid search is not the majority of the traffic coming to the website, it is the majority of hardline conversions, meaning digital retail starts, form submissions, chat engagements, so on and so forth. This actually, compared to the benchmark, because here's our benchmark, normal dealers averaged out are getting 21% share of sessions on paid search when we're at 15%. So we're lower than the share. We have lower overall website sessions coming from our paid search compared to everybody else, but we have a higher share of conversions. So that means the quality of traffic, even though it's lower in volume, it's much higher in quality from our paid search activity, which is generating more sales for this dealer. And that is really outstanding to see. This is the kind of performance that myself and my team strive for. Of course, I can go into the little mechanisms, the little things that we do, the little nuances that we perform to make our dealers better and sell more cars. And I'd love to be able to get into that more. Just let me know in the comments what you think of this. Does this make sense for you? There's so many different comparisons on should we have 20 group comparisons and things like that. And there's a lot of arguments that can be made for and against, but it is nice to see that not only are we driving a higher rate of actionable items on the website that lead to sales and service opportunities, but our Google Ads, specifically paid search in this instance, has a much higher quality of traffic for the conversions that we're generating, right? It's awesome to see. And note too, just to reiterate, all these conversions, these are standardized. These are the same conversions, the same digital retailing starts, the chat starts, the print service coupons, the specials, the texts. They're all standardized. So we're measuring as much apples to apples as possible. Guys, let me know what you think of this video. I'd love to answer any comments or questions you have, and stay tuned for the next one. And if you want to see more information, just comment me, and I will make more information available. Thank you so much, everybody. David Feldman-Makrias. I'll see you again soon.